Hello, Sparrows. Good day, darlings. What's fabulous with you tonight? This very moment. What's fabulous with you? Of course, I am Valerie Miller of TVM, the Valerie Miller double fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. It is Wisdom Wednesday. It's Wisdom Wednesday, and we have an amazing guest with us tonight. LaTrenda George, coming in by way of Atlanta, Georgia. And we, of course, are having an author to author conversation, right? An author to author conversation. And of course, we're going to be talking about reinventing yourself. So many people are dealing with COVID-19, coronavirus, right? Our world is affected. Our lives are affected. No one is exempt from this situation. Therefore, we're in the midst of being reinvented every single day, being quarantined, isolated, confined, you name it. We're dealing with it, right? So, as the author of How I Became Fabulous and a Lady All the Time, and knowing what it's like to have to reinvent in spaces unexpected, side, just let's put it this way, things happen in life sometimes that's completely out of our control. It's about our attitude toward it, thinking clearly, being conscious and intentional in the midst of it in order to become greater, to be able to accept what's happening, right? These things take place in life every single day, every single day. And like I said, not only am I an author, I'm your conscious lifestyle strategist. This is what I do every day. I work with people, pharaohs like yourself, when it comes to reinventing yourself, getting through life, and dealing with the hand that you're dealt. It doesn't matter how it looks. We can get through any and all things when we choose to do so. In this particular position, as our conversation tonight for Wisdom Wednesday in this Sparrow house, we are welcoming in LaTrenda George because she also has written a book in accordance to her life and how she's had to resculpt herself as well. It's not something that's easy to do. It is not. And then when we're in a situation of where we are in our homes with our families, day in, day out, personality clashes, where we're so used to being free and coming and going as we want every single day. Now we're stuck. We're in that space. We don't always know how to deal with each other on those levels. Having to homeschool our kids, having to only go out for the supermarket, and then there are some essential workers that has to actually go out every day, and that's effective of lives also. So looking at the full scope of picture for the entire world, we are in the midst of transformation. We are in the midst of a brand new world. And I call it a new world because it's one we've never seen before. It's been other pandemics that's taken place before. We've read about it. We've, of course, in the Bible, it was quite a few situations. Check out Ezekiel if you think I'm kidding. And there are quite a few other books that you can read that is literally eye-opening and basically strikingly similar to this situation that's happening in our lives right now in the midst of 2020, right? Wow. I can go on and on and on, but we have to be focused. We have to be honest. We have to be intentional in order for us to get through this space in our lives. So I'm waiting for the doorbell to ring any moment. So LaTrenda can come on in here into the Sparrow house and we can have conversation tonight with you. So any questions you may have, don't hesitate to put them in comments. Don't hesitate to do that. That's what we're here for as coaches, as strategists, as authors, as having some serious is experiences in life. Let's put it that way. We're here for you. So do not hesitate at all to engage fully with this conversation and express what you're feeling like. Express, be honest. And if you need help with something, again, do not hesitate to post that. And if either of us can help you, we most certainly will, right? So I'm waiting for Latrenda to ring the doorbell. She said it's having me to update some. When I tell you everything that can happen has been happening when it comes to Latrenda and myself coming on to you to present information that can make your life better. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She's having to download it, but that's okay. I'm just going to chat with you until she's able to come on in. And she's here. How about that? It's just that easy. So let's give a round of applause as we welcome in Latrenda George, author to author conversation here in the Sparrow House. And we're going to continue this conversation, right? Oh, what an interesting day. She should be in momentarily. And she's rang the bell again. Hi, doll.
Valerie.
Hi, I don't see you. I see Mona 1 there. Oh.
Hello, hello, hello. We are here. Okay. I can hear you just fine. You're moving well. This feels good. I'm going to drink to that.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers. I have my lime. You have your fruit.
Yes, I have the fruit. Oh my God. I was telling the Sparrows that it's been eventful, however, fabulous. And we were just waiting for you to chime in and ring that doorbell.
Yeah.
So why don't you share just a tad bit of yourself, and we're going to jump right on back in, because there was a fluke. And I'm going to say this. Being uncomfortable and really praying on the inside to not lose it, right?
Yes.
To not lose it. Those feelings of anxiety.
Yes.
Moment when you know everything's been peachy.
Yes.
But then all of a sudden at the last second, it falls apart.
Mm.
It's just prime example of what we're dealing with every single day, right?
Yes.
With this COVID-19 and being quarantined.
Yes.
And all the personalities in the house, because we're spending so much time together.
Yes.
And we're praying to stay in a loving place, right?
Yeah.
And this is why it's imperative to stand still, take some breaths, practice your breathing. Sometimes you have to walk away. And it's always a solution. The solution for us, right, was go to another platform.
That's it. That's it. So now we're here and we're ready to get down to it and enjoy this exchange we're going to have. And it's just great to do that, right? It's great to have options.
Options are
right? You can still complete what your goal. You have options. If one thing doesn't work, you try something else.
Detour.
Yes. It's a detour. And being open to that. We could have got frustrated and say, let's end this for tonight. This is not working. Like, no, we're just going to try a different platform.
I'm not easily defeated.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
I'm courageous. I'm courageous. You may not win. I'm just saying. Not when you're up against me. I believe in solutions. I adore challenges. And I believe in change.
Yes.
It takes change in order to become. And in order to become, we have to reinvent ourselves. Not feasible to stay the same. Just like we had to switch platforms, or we could have stayed frustrated on the other. No. It's an example to show to the sparrows, to show to your followers. We have to conform at times to make things work for the greater good for everyone.
Yes.
This
That's so
juice
true.
had to be served today. It had to be.
Yes. It was meant to go on, and now we're here. And let's just dive in. Let's just go
Let's just do
and
it.
take it there. Again, I'm Latrina George. I am the author of Download Your Truth, 4 Steps to Living Within. And this is the book that I put out as I reinvented myself.
Yes.
And I knew that this book will be healing to others.
Yes.
You know, when we go through experiences and we share our testimonies, so many people get delivered from so many different things.
Right.
Not only as an author, I'm also a community liaison for a few nonprofits here in Georgia. So I really work on bringing more people to the board, really diving in with the youth and helping with their mindset concerning substance abuse to keep them substance abuse free. And that's something I really enjoy as a coach, working with people in their mindsets and being their accountability coach right now during the quarantine, right? Because, you know, it is a time of rest and renew, but it's a great time to be creative, right? You don't have all the distractions.
Exactly.
Of always wanting to go and always doing different things. So you can get those divine downloads to expand yourself. And sometimes it's great to collaborate with others or to speak to people who are also. I know every time we have a call, right? From day one, we met on a social media platform, me and Miss Valerie here. And so much creativity came off our call, so much knowledge, so wisdom is shared, and it's so important to surround yourself with those individuals, especially when you're reinventing yourself, because you're going to go through a healing process, but you want to try to surround yourself with individuals who kind of understand the process. That way, even though you're going to go through your challenges, you have one say, let you know you're going to get through this. You can do this.
Yes.
So I'm excited to have this dialogue exchange with you today.
It's awesome. And you're right. From day one, we connect as if we had known each other for years. And it's the most beautiful sisterhood of like minds. I was having the same conversation with someone earlier prior to tonight and was saying that very thing. When you're becoming, you notice it. It's all about embracing it rather than fearing it. And it's no different than what's taking place with COVID-19. Embrace what's taking place because we are in the midst of a transformation, a worldwide transformation is one that, in my opinion, is necessary. However, in essence, past due, because we can be so caught up and involved with things fast moving, microwave society, to where we've forgotten about the major things of importance. However, those things and individuals of importance surround us like nobody has been for a very long time. Right now is family and loved ones and scarcity of things that we've had such abundance of and we've taken for granted for so long. Now you're scrounging around to find these things as it is a necessity that we all value. now. It's a commonality. So looking at these things in comparison, you mentioned about being creative. You have to be creative. If you're not changing your mindset, as in what your life looked like, if you're one of the individuals, I won't say unfortunate individuals, who lost a job, it's grace in losing jobs. When I lost my job, I promise you, it was the greatest gift I ever had. I complained of not having the time. It was an excuse for many years of not having time to do this or not having time to do that. But then when you're presented the time, how are you utilizing that wisely? This is that time for everybody to reassess and understand who you are, really are. Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing in life? Because if you're not, it's going to show you when you don't have a job to go back to. So what would you say to that as far as identity? You and I have talked about so many things. Gosh, where do I even start? We talked about so many things about our lives, our books, how we are who we are, and even plans of things that we're going to do. We're preparing to do. Believe it or not, a lot of it has been expedited even sooner because of COVID-19.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
Yes.
No complaints here.
You know, for those individuals, just to go back on what you're saying about, you know, those who are unfortunate but fortunate,
yes,
to lose their job right now, or you're working in somewhere and now that your distractions have calmed down, you're realizing that I do not want to. If this is how life is going to change for me, I may not want to do this anymore.
right.
And I always give people really take a holistic view when it comes to your career. When it comes to the place where you labor, your labor needs to be a labor of love, right? And sometimes you have to do a dump on where you have been. So I tell people, if you're looking to make a career change, or you know you've been waiting, like you said, you got released from one job, and you was using that job as an excuse to not do what you really wanted to do.
Exactly.
Right? Because you didn't have the time, because you were so focused on building someone else's dream.
Somewhat.
Yeah, for what? But when you take it from a holistic view, and if you really take time to look at your career history, and you write down everything you enjoyed about each job, take that list and create from that, right?
Strategy.
And then one of the things that once you can get that list together, I mean, you can go back from you were 15 when you worked with a worker's permit, right? You can go that way part, like, I like this experience, but I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Once you get there, you have your new job description.
Exactly.
You just create it. Now you just gotta, once you write it in your handwriting,
exactly.
Write it on the tablets and make it plain.
It's real.
It's real. Now you need to decide, is there an employer for me for this, or this is something I need to create?
Bingo.
All right? Because as long as you work in that passion from your strength and what you enjoy doing, right? Like I know for me myself, I did that when I decided to be a corporate trainer. And it was so funny. One of the things that I've never loved is Excel, right? So I always try to put, you still don't either. I can navigate, but to create those tables and the pivot, that's not the trend. And I know that. So I always put myself in positions where I can delegate that responsibility.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's just like coaches of us that, you know, are able to have assistants.
Yeah.
A lot of things we have our assistants to do, we can do. However, there may be things that we need to focus on some other things. And maybe that's more of that person gifting. And it's okay to, you know, to actually employ individuals, contract them to do things that brings life to them. It's okay to release it, because a lot of times it's hard as entrepreneurs to release things.
Let things go. Yes. We hold on to everything because nobody can do it like we can do it. If it's going to get done, we have to do it. That's not true. That is not true, because we all have gifts that is intentional
Mhm.
for me, for you, for other people, and it's something that make their light shine bright. So why would you hold on to something that's disgruntled and you know you don't like it? However, just go ahead and release it. And it's definitely true when you say the do things in love. Everything you do, best to be in love. Because if it's not, you're going to feel that every single day, because most people make themselves sick by going to those jobs that you select to work. You filled out that application. And I love to ask this to clients, why did you fill out that application if you don't like the job description? And it all goes back to the financial side of things. It's the money. I do it because I need the money. I said, but do you also see how you're making yourself ill by going to do that every day? Which is more valuable? You, your health, or the money? Or doing what you absolutely love, putting your energy toward that, because the money comes when you're in love with it. You do it without effort, therefore you gain abundance of income from it. So looking at it from that standpoint, you mentioned a job from 15. Looking at something like that with a work permit, take it back there. If you're not writing down every single thing that you absolutely adore, please start now.
Mm-hmm.
Start doing that now. As for myself, I never worked a job I didn't love. My resume don't look like anybody else's resume. And talking about corporate training, I've done the corporate training, and it's a lot of similarities between you and I of
Yes.
things that we've done, the things that we love. It's almost a mirrored experience from two different parts of life. But when you look at it wholeheartedly and looking at when my job ended back in '08, and just looking at the things that I was doing along the way, we can all have so many excuses as to why we're not doing what we absolutely love.
Yes.
However, I've been that gal who always had gigs on the side. I have interior design, I have herbal cosmetics, I will have products for hair, skin, I'd make some handbags, I am designing homes, I'm doing all of these things that I love.
Yes.
Fashion designing, styling other people, things that I love. You
Yes.
do the same thing.
Yes.
So these are things that generate income when
Yes.
you write them down.
Yeah. You write them down. And sometimes you can write it down.
Yeah,
And then if you pray about it
yeah,
and just put it out there like, okay, just example, me starting to work with the children, with the teenagers. I have been out for like 2 months, just interacting, taking my kids out. They're not teenagers yet. They're still in elementary school.
uh-huh,
But I was attracting a lot of teens in my path. And I would have these dialogues with them. They were asking the most in-depth questions, like their mind is really going, they're trying to figure life out. And then some college students will come and ask me questions, hit me up on Instagram. That's where I spend the most of my time. And I was like, okay, this is coming for a reason.
yes,
How can I serve this community?
yes,
And it's something I need to be a part of for a long term.
right,
So on a Monday, I said, okay, if this is what you want me to do, God, if this is what you want me to do, I'm noticing this pattern. I'm picking on the signs and the wonders that's coming in my path.
absolutely.
I know nothing happens by coincidence.
No,
How do you want to use me in this? All I ask is that it fits in the schedule with me and my children, that is a long-term contract that fits in up the things I'm doing already.
right.
And I left it there. I just left it there on a Monday. Okay, said that prayer, released it.
Let it go.
Wednesday, a girlfriend of mine sends me a message. She texts me. She said, I can't call you right now. I was in a meeting. I had to drop off some work because she does accounting for nonprofits as her side hustle.
Right.
And she said, I am leaving one meeting. I dropped a meeting. This lady gave me this job description. I said, I know the person who can do this. Like, she looked at it and she said, I'm going to take a picture of it and I'm going to text it to you. I laughed at it when I saw the job description. It was for a contract, a 5-year contract
Oh my God.
to work with you to understand the problems what happen to get involved in substance abuse, kind of stop middle school students and high school students before you even get involved in substance abuse,
Right.
especially with all this vaping going on and so many drugs and
Right.
the more THC they put in the marijuana, so all these different things. And I laugh and they say recruiting, and you teach them classes and you give them, create a board for the youth and teach them leadership skills and positive, teach them effective decision-making skills. And I'm like, oh, really? And so
You may as well just put your name on it.
she sent me that on the Wednesday. Thursday, she said, well, she calls me in the morning and say, hey, the two ladies on the phone, do you want the position? I said, yes, this is me. I can do this. She said, okay. The lady said, send her your cover letter and resume. So I said, well, give me a second. I got to do a cover letter for this. I sent it Friday. The lady said, well, can I interview you Monday morning? Interview me Monday morning. She said, well, I'll let you know by the end of the week. I got a couple of interviews. She called me the next day, 8 o'clock in the morning. This is your contract now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I already knew it. But the thing is, for you to understand the power of writing,
Yes.
saying something in prayer, and sometimes you don't need to take immediate action. See what happens, what things come up. As you put that prayer out, after you write those things down,
Yes.
see what comes to you. If you are an energy match for that,
Right.
it will come. It will come in front of you. I don't care if you're looking at something on social media and you see an opportunity for something, or you're in a dialogue with a friend call you, a relative, it will come. It will be put in front of your eyes. Just keep your eyes open.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. And what you don't want to do is put yourself in a place to where your energy is depleted all the time. You have to have high energy and stay positive no matter what. There are times when we do make those decisions. I mean, I've done it. I've taken jobs because of the pay grade. Who hasn't done that? However, doing that job, taking on the stresses of it, realizing everything that goes along with that is not what I wanted. I'm a high energy person. I'm outgoing. I'm not confined to a desk. Very bubbly. Love to engage and interact with peers. And I'm always curious to move up the ladder. And when I say move up the ladder, I'm going to cross train in different roles because I'm curious as to how each role connect together.
Yeah.
Not that I'm interested in advancing in that, because I've known my entire life I wasn't born to work for other people. I've always known that. So basically, you can get your training on the job. Take on all of the training classes you can take, cross train with different individuals. If you have opportunity to take classes, jump on those because you're not having to pay for anything. So any way you can build yourself up greater, do it. What I didn't realize at the time was helping other people. You're building rapport there.
Yeah.
Building those relationships. And you're training and taking on new skill sets all at the same time. You decide if you like it or you don't like it. As LaTrenda mentioned, write the things down you enjoy. The best practices of each and every job you've ever had. I did that. I still do that because those best practices has led me to entrepreneurship to where I am today. Every single job I've ever had led me to this seat of independence. And it's not easy, however, well worth it. But when you can take the best from every space you've been in, you can only soar up. You soar up from that. When you're sincere, you write it down, you make it plain. And as Trent was saying, does this list, these descriptions, these best practices, Does it equate to a career that you can gain through a company that's already in place? Or is it going to lead you to entrepreneurship, to something you have to create and present as a service to the community, to the world? So you look at these things because it will, in essence, change your life. And it's all part of reinventing,
Yes.
innovating, you know?
Yes. Yes. And you know, when you look at that list, just close your eyes and see what vision you come with.
Yeah,
You may come with a company name, and then you go on their website and bam, there's the position,
there it is.
right? Or you see yourself creating some type of entrepreneur venture.
Exactly.
It's just very important that you, and a lot of times, even to get to that clear space when you're reinventing yourself, you got to figure out in life what things are you tolerating.
Mm-hmm. That's
Get
key.
those things out of your space,
Yeah.
okay? That can be people you're tolerating,
Hmm.
it can be the position you're in, you're
Hmm.
tolerating, taking away from you, or it can be those dirty clothes that you need to take to the cleaners. You know, when we could really take it to the cleaners, you know, but all those different things, what are you tolerating that's distracting your flow of energy to attract the things you want to attract?
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes in also when you're dealing with relationships. It's the same thing. A lot of times when you interact with women or men, they're going to tell you all about the things that they didn't like about their previous relationship or about the relationship they're in.
Exactly.
Okay, let's stop that. That is bringing more of that energy to you.
Toxicity. Yes.
So why not look at everyone you dated as far back as you can go and write down what, because first of all, you're going to change how you think about those individuals. Because
Right.
if you're healed, you can still see the good in them. Write down everything you liked about this boyfriend. You know, what did I like about Bob? What did I like about Sam? You know, oh, I like the way he, you know, hold my hand, you know, or I like that he was so compassionate. I like he was a good cook. I like he was adventurous. Keep that. Okay, so let's pull all that information over here. Let's go away from all the negative things. Because that's going to keep us in a negative space, and we're going to attract more of those type of people in our lives. And so this is something I
Absolutely.
had to learn. So, but when you write down all these great characteristics that you liked about these different individuals that cross your path,
Oh, yes.
it changes your whole energy, right? You see these people as we might not have meant to be long term, but you brought happiness in my life in these different ways by you doing these things.
Absolutely.
Now you have this list of truth about the type of person you want to attract in your life.
Love it.
And after you write that down, go ahead and explain that new person that you want to come in using those characteristics and
Manifest.
adding whatever else you have learned about yourself,
Yes.
and then expect for the best case scenario, the best match is going to come my way.
And it helps. It helps when building character. It helps when you're manifesting something new in your life. It's essential, actually.
Yeah.
Just like you're writing down those positive attributes from relationships past, my only hope is that you're working on bettering yourself as well. You have to grow within yourself. And I've done it. I've asked exes or people from my past, you know, granted, we didn't make it or whatever, but I value you as a friend. Thank you. I'm big on writing thank you notes. I write thank you notes for being a contribution to my life. Thank you for everything that I've learned that you could only teach me. So at first, you know, they'll be like, Val, are you seriously writing a thank you note? And I'm like, absolutely, because I'm grateful for your space in my life, for what you taught me. I've grown because of what you contributed to my life. Now, is there something that you'd like to say that I can do to even better myself that much more? Go ahead, tell me. It's not going to kill me, it's only going to strengthen me. So that's their opinion. And of course, you may have to sift through that. You may
Yeah.
have to sift through that.
Sure, sure.
But the thing is, it helps to purge it from yourself
Yes.
and embrace those beautiful things that they say about you also. So when you can take beauty from both sides,
Yes.
it only makes you that much more of an amazing person. And then you can pray about this thing. God is only going to give you the greatest anyway.
Yes.
So look at it from both sides, because you have to purge out anything that's negative. Or like Trent said, you're going to attract that much more of it. Oh, he made me sick. I didn't like when he did that. Guess what? The next one's going to have that same thing. And we said on video one,
Yeah.
video one, we were talking about that being the common denominator.
Yes.
You're not exempt. You have to look at yourself and see how you contributed to what you've gained.
Mm.
How are you changing that? Because you are not going to be cut out of the picture, and it's no finger pointing, because you know how when you do this, the other three are back here.
Yes.
It comes back towards you. So love yourself, love everyone who's entered your life, who's exited your life, and look at them as valuable tools that's sharpening you to become your most fabulous self in the end. And when we're being sculpted or pruned or shaped, or however you want to look at that, when it comes to reinvention,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take all the pieces in order to shape you from a bud to a bloom to a blossom,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's true. It's taking that time. More than anything, it's more important to heal yourself.
Yes.
Because we all been through different things in life, right? We've all had different experiences. We all took on people's beliefs about things that were not even our own belief, right? We just was told, grandma did this way, mama did this way, you gonna do it this way. That's it. This is the way we do. You know, your last name George, and this is how we gonna do it.
That's it.
And to break free from that, to make it your truth, you have to not only love, you have to fall in love with yourself, right? You have to visualize projecting yourself outside of yourself and being able to look at yourself.
Right.
And asking you, okay, where do I need to heal? Where do I have fear? Right? What am I fearing in life? What a part of me that needs to be held, you know? You can tell because different conversations with people will trigger you. You know, once you get to a certain self-mastery, you just smile when some people do certain things. You just smile because I've been there, done that, and learned it, right? I got my step approval on that one. So you don't affect me
Pick
that
your
same way.
battles, girl. Pick your battles. I mean,
Right? But when you're going through the process of healing and reinventing yourself, you're really diving into more of you. Just really falling in love, because when you get in, you talk about relationships.
yes.
Okay, once you identify this person, it's work you need to do to attract that person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can't just write the list and think he's gonna come. You got to make sure that you're everything and going in a relationship already happy,
Yes.
already content with who
Yes.
you are. Because once you become that, you would know that some people won't even try to talk to you because they realize they're not even a match for you.
Yes.
Right?
Not qualified.
Right. That's it. And once you're able to get happy in yourself and understand that you are loved, you are supported within yourself,
Right.
even to like friends and family, individuals support on the divine level, you are loved, you are cherished, you're the apple of the eye, you're all that in a bag of chips.
All of it.
All of it. Wake up in the morning and say, he woke me up and he loves me. And I'm talking about he loves me.
Yes.
He told me he loved me.
Yes.
Right? And go with that. You
Yes.
know, say affirmations, say, dance to music, just whatever makes you feel love, makes you know that you are loved, make you accept that you are loved, make you embrace love, breathe love. Every breath you take, when you do deep breath exercises, or you're just breathing, say, I love my breath.
I love everything.
Yeah.
All of that. And just keep it in the mindset. If God can love me unconditional, I'm loving myself unconditional.
Yes.
Until you're loving yourself unconditionally, that's in love, out of love, through love, because of love.
Mm-hmm.
Love is love. It's impossible to give it to anybody else
Mm-hmm.
unless you possess it for yourself.
Yeah.
When you can possess that, It's on display. It becomes your character. It becomes the epitome of you. Everyone notices it.
Mhm.
It's believable, and you give it away without effort. So when you have become that person and you're talking happy, you have to be happy. But
Yeah.
I'm the individual. I'm all the way joy. I'm full of joy. There is nothing greater than joy. There is nothing greater than joy. I can be happy with this ginger ale with the fruit in it. However, love is a language. Love is my business. It's
Yes.
based, it's biblical based, it's challenge based. These are things that's going to happen at TVM. The Valerie Miller, this very moment, you have opportunity to change. It's inspiration to transformation. And you can only transform when you're in love with every area of your life, your
Yeah.
career, your relationships, your health and wellness, all of these things, your spiritual life, all of these fundamentals. In order for your scales to be balanced in life, you have to be in love with it all in
Yeah.
order to get the sequence of what you imagine, what you envision, what
Mhm.
you desire for your life, and you're responsible to get there. So with all of that said, what's your truth now?
Mhm.
What's your truth now? What are you doing to become that person? Because we're all on this quest in life. And in
Yes.
order to reach the goals and the heart yearnings of that quest that we're on, that adventure, that we're always knowing is something missing, is something missing, is something missing. And all it is that you're on a quest to discover yourself. You're looking for yourself. And you may look in Latrenda, you may look in me, but you may look into a husband, a boyfriend, but you're not satisfied, you're not fulfilled because all the answers are possessed within yourself. So,
Yeah.
looking at it from that standpoint, be in love with everything and ask yourself that question: do I like it or do I love it? And if
Yeah.
you say I like it, leave it. And when you can say I love it, go hard for it. It doesn't matter what it is. That's me on the soapbox. And it's a lot of the things, that I'm writing about in book two. Like this one, it's all about eat, pray, love. This is my eat right here. I had
Yeah.
to eat, accept all of the things that had taken place in my life, my truths, the
Yes.
realities of things, and now having to accept all of those things that has made me who I am today. However, we need to know what our identity is. No different than a fingerprint, no different than stripes on a zebra, spots on a leopard. We need to know our true identities and how this aligns in our lives and how we're evolving every single day. Now, that comes out in book number two about the acceptance and the identity of who I am. And you will learn how to identify the layers of who you are as well. And then the love language of it all, the lessons, book three. That's what I'm doing with my COVID-19 time. I'm writing books two and three to drop both in 2020. So Trenda and I'm going to pause for a second. This lady right here, I promise you, is a soul sister. I'm a
Yes.
different mother.
Mhm.
She is a sister because of the things that we endure, the things that we talk about, the experiences that we've had. We're sitting here loving you.
Yes.
We jumped through some fiery hoops
Yes. And
tonight,
yes, we did.
honey. It's 9 o'clock, and we're here doing this for the Sparrows and followers
Yes.
because what? We love what we do.
Yes. We love what we do and
We love it.
we understand the purpose of it on a
Yes,
greater level.
yes. It's worth it. It's worth the work.
And we're enjoying it. It's 9 o'clock at night. We're sitting here on Zoom and we're still enjoying it. Isn't that something? But
It's,
we're
it's
working, right? We're working.
we're working. And guess what else? We're working, we're doing what we love for free. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody paying us to be up at 9 o'clock at night.
No, no, no.
You
But
can't
do
even
you
buy
realize? Yeah.
it.
But the energy we're putting out right now, we're not making money. But it's leading. It's already led to something else.
It's already led.
Yeah.
It's already led, because when you can do something you absolutely love and do not look for a payment in doing that, you're in the right space. I can do it. There were times when I felt guilty, and I think I probably talked to you about this when we first met. I feel guilty to charge somebody for something I can do with my eyes closed. For me, just being myself
Yes.
and knowing what I know. However, I had to realize I know what I know because of who I am,
Yes.
because of being inquisitive, being curious, being the person that I am, asking lots of questions. I mean, I have a friend and he says to me, "Who are you, the FBI?
Yeah.
Who are you, the FBI?" I said, "No, love. I just like asking questions because I ask the questions to the person who can give me the answers. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I love you that much in order to even ask."
Yeah.
It's important when you align yourself, go through those challenges in life, fall up. You can fall down, just don't stay there.
Yes.
Fall up, because when you go down, you may not know everything you need to know. You may be curious on some things that you need that can make you better. However, on the way back up, you're training yourself. You gain some wisdom within that fall.
Yeah.
Hold on to that wisdom and put it in your best practices. Put the things that benefit you in the place where it needs to be. The things that you know you need to work on, associate and research, find the people that can help you get where you're going. And when you can do these things, you're falling in love with yourself. You have another shift, you have another growth spurt. You have something else that you can put in your arsenal. I now know how to do. Everything you know, look at it as a dollar sign. Look at it as currency.
Mm.
Not just a dollar sign, because that's just US, right?
Mm.
We want currency.
Mm-hmm.
Currency is
Global.
worldwide.
Yes. Yes.
We are in a worldwide situation, global situation, COVID-19. Nobody is exempt.
No one.
You're not exempt from educating yourself, from tapping into that gift God gave you from birth.
Mm.
That's your responsibility to nurture and grow. It's your responsibility to expedite the call, answer the call.
Yes.
Now's the time. You have nothing but time. Do not waste it. Spend it wisely. The second hand on the clock never stops. Time moves forward. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't stop. It doesn't detour. It's consistent. AM, PM. Keep looking at your life like a clock.
Mm-hmm.
Consistent. You are valuable. You are loved. You are conscientious. You are a sponge. You have everything that you need to be fabulous.
Yes. That's it.
I'm pausing for the cause.
I was like, okay, she's about to say something else. But I think it's, we also have to have in that, and that was so beautiful what you said, compassion for yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to fail at some things. You're going to go through some challenges in life. Things going to hit you out of left field, and you're not going to realize how you're going to get through it.
Right.
But have compassion for yourself. Celebrate your wins every day. All right. A lot of times we look at our to-do list or what we woke up in the morning and said we were going to do or what we wrote down the night before. And you might not make it through that list the next day. But you know what? Sometimes you're divinely detoured for a greater purpose.
Absolutely.
And other times you just didn't have time to do it. But still focus on what you did not accomplish. Focus on what you did accomplish. We beat ourselves up too much. And if you're trying to reinvent yourself, especially as we're going through this quarantine,
right.
it's easy to fall in depression.
Yeah.
It's easy to beat yourself up. Oh, I wish I had this. I wish I had bought, I had enough toilet paper. I wish I had all these different things I had when this happened. This was nothing that you could have really totally prepared for.
No.
But it's a blessing in disguise. I tell people all the time, I said, we didn't need COVID-19. We didn't need the virus. We didn't need all the death toll that we have experienced of losing a lot beautiful people in the world, all over the world.
Right.
But what needed to happen, humanity needed to be quarantined and nature needed quarantine.
Yeah.
Nature is free now, it's getting a rest, the gases, everything is just, it's reinventing itself, it's healing, right? So nature is healing. Also, we are to be healing, right?
To be healed.
Right? And you see, it just, I think it hurts my heart as a person that's very sensitive to the energies out here, that when September 11th happened and now this quarantine and all these different things have happened in our history, why does it have to be something this so bad to bring so many people together?
Exactly.
You see all these companies doing these things. You see everyone wants to be understanding, insurance companies, making them give you money back on your deductible, all these different things that's going on, right? The stimulus package, all these companies that people work from home. When they told before the job could never be worked from home, when you were going something with your family member and they told you still had to come in. All those different things they took, and now they've been forced to do it.
Exactly.
Right? And it's like, why in life we're so resistant to change, we're so resistant to trying things a different way that we have to be forced to do it. So, like we talked before, Valerie, we've been in quarantine a long time before this happened, right? Because when you're really reinventing yourself, when you're really growing spiritually, mentally, and physically, and all these different things,
right?
When you're taking them going in that womb and cleaning that womb out and making sure it's healed properly, you're going to be in quarantine because you cannot continue doing the things you do to take time to get to your truth. Your truth takes time. It takes compassion. It's something you have to be invested in.
Right.
And to really take that and embrace that. But I just want people to maybe understand the sparrows and the followers out there that are listening. Be compassionate with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't, if you can help it, don't fall into depression. Just continue to really pour into yourself.
Right.
And just love yourself. And that love will be expressed throughout the world.
It's contagious.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful contagious.
Yes.
To reset reaps rewards of revelation. Yes. And when one reaches revelation, it's resourceful for everybody. And when looking at, like you said, these companies, everybody can realistically work from home. Now they can see that.
Yeah.
It's a saving grace for families.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cost cutting for the companies. Families can take control over their children again, over their relationships.
Yes.
You're not caught up in the rapture of the traffic and, oh God, how it is in Atlanta. I don't miss that.
Yeah, you know how it is here.
But it's just as nutty here in Charlotte.
Wow.
So it changes perspective of who you really are and what you are capable of doing and becoming.
Yes.
When you have the time and you have the flexibility, you have the options to do something different to get to that greater good at the end of the day. And most are realizing that now. It's just growing pains that we're going through. Most people. I do wake up in the morning whistling. I can do splits. I'm just saying. Because I'm in alignment of who I was actually born to be.
Yes.
And until you get there, you're not going to understand it. However, you have options to do this. Not everyone is going to take the entrepreneur route because it's not intended for you.
Yes.
It could be that you are meant to elevate in this company where you work, and it just may take some advancement, it may take some strategizing. And that's what both of us do.
Yes.
To help you get to where you're going in your life, in whichever area it is in your life. And we do it out of love because that's what we were put here to do. Light, love, prosperity, all of those things come when you're in the space that you were birthed to be. Take that to
Yes.
look at the companies that you're interested in if you're not there already. And I say to clients all the time, what's your top 3 companies that you dream of working at? You know, where do you want to work? And they'll tell me, well, what do you know about them? Well, nothing really. Well, have you introduced yourself to them? No. I said, well, you're not serious about it. And I'm very matter of fact when I talk to you in love. I'm just pointing out things that you can do that is not the norm. When you're dealing with me and strategizing, you're not going to get the norm. Everything I do is completely different than what you're accustomed to. Because I want to push you. I want to challenge you. I want you to get out of your comfort zone, out of your way, and get where you're going. 9 times out of 10, you are putting your own stumbling blocks in your own forefront.
Yes.
But we're here to feel it.
Yes. We're here to feel it because you got to do a mental dump. Like you really have to do a dump, a brain dump.
Right.
Realizing what is fear, those false things appearing real.
Yeah.
Those negative thoughts that are not true or it's no longer your story. Right? And you have to reprogram your thinking, reprogram, and really get in touch with you.
Yeah.
With your truth. So
condition. Those conditioned thoughts, those things that others have taught you over the years. I say when you get to a particular age, you have to dump those things anyway.
That's it.
I'm walking to my own beat of drum. I'm not, I can't blame somebody else for something in my life now. Well, this is how I was raised. I'm 50 plus 1. Who's holding on to that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Change is a challenge.
Yes, it is. It is. And you have to be willing to change. Like no one can force you to change. You have to desire to do it and take the action steps to get where you want to be.
Exactly.
And those ways or different things, those were the things your parents, older siblings, or whoever in your path, those things that you picked up on, that's what was for them. That does not mean that has to be for you. We all make our own decisions on how we want to live our life. Right. You can't say, well, I'm going to be this way just because my daddy. No. When you get grown, no. You make a decision how you want to do. Right. What you want to allow to experience in your life. This is your life. Take control of your life. You are the CEO, head captain
of your world.
Of your world.
That's it.
You allow who in your world you want. You can, however you want, labor where you want. You can do all those different things. You have a choice and use it.
It's a great choice.
Yes.
Of course, this very moment, TVM, the Valerie Miller, this very moment, you have opportunity to change. This very moment. And I say to everyone all the time, I think I'm going to put it on a t-shirt. Your life is your business. It's your corporation, the ultimate corporation. If you look at your life as if it's the greatest corporation ever, if you run it like a business, you show up on time for it, you have a position that you're responsible for, you give it your all, yes. You are training other people, you're open to receive training, love learning. when you love learning, then
Mm.
you will never, ever be exhausted from anything, right? Teaching yourself to fish, and I mean that spiritually. Whenever you learn how to spiritually fish, which means you're in alignment of what you're supposed to be doing in your life, you have answered a call to yourself, your higher self, your higher power, your God, right? So when you do that, that's
Mm.
how you are fishing. When you learn to fish, you will never hunger, ever, because
Mm.
you're in love, you're excited, you roll out of that bed in the morning because you're doing something you absolutely love. You will whistle, you will skip, you will help people, you will serve juice to everybody you meet because you choose to, not because you have
Yes.
to. So when you look at life as a corporation, your ultimate business, treat it with the utmost respect and know that your check depends on it.
Mm.
That's what I'm talking about. Live your life according to the matrix of a business, yours. Be responsible for it. Love it that much to give it all you got.
That's it, Valerie. That really just sums up reinventing yourself
Yeah.
from a place of love, from so just center and grounded in that.
Yeah.
And usually love is the answer to all things, even to your career, your personal relationships, non-romantic, romantic relationships, all those different things. Um, they come from a space of love.
I'm going to read something here. I wrote it down. I even mentioned it in the live the other day. I'm going to read this because it's
Okay.
this very moment right here, right now. And because, I love love. I love love. And that's what I said. Love loves, love gives, love supports, love praise, love trusts. Come together as one heart in love, through love, out of love, because of love. At the end of the day, we know God is love. I am love, and I love you because I love me.
Love, 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 love. Love it. That's
Love.
it.
Everything is founded in love. If you do not love it, leave it. Your health depends on it. Your
Mm.
growth depends on it. Your spirituality growth depends on it. Everything about you, your family and relationships depend on it. Because when you're happy, when you're in love with yourself, everybody else reaps the benefits. Everybody else. Everything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love your body. You talk about that. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people love your body that house your heart, all your different organs. They function daily for you. Out of love for you, the temple that you were placing, your soul spirit is placed in this body for you to love.
Yeah.
Eat those live force foods that's good for your body. Love yourself enough to say, I'm going to give my life the best shot ever. I am the best.
I am the best.
I'm accept only the best. I'm not going to settle. I don't have to settle.
What's that?
Right.
Settle.
Yes. Love yourself to walk away from things that's making you settle. If you're
Right.
sitting there in something, make a plan to change.
Exit.
You know, you have to because stress is a silent killer.
It is.
It, like right now, everyone's trying taking everything to build up your immune system. But you know what? Stress. If you got a lot of stress, what's it going to do to your immune system?
It wipes out.
Okay.
Love bills.
Yes. Yeah.
Love bills. Eating properly, getting your rest. I had someone say to me that this is like a vacation, and I came to a screeching halt. Whoa, wait a minute. This is not a vacation. What are you talking about? This is time to get your life in check.
Yeah.
You will get left behind. Keep believing that. Keep
Yeah.
laying around, staying up all times of the night, not eating properly, not getting any fitness in. I started doing 25 squats every hour on the hour between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Of course, not tonight. Now I got to double, triple up
Yes.
because of technology.
Yes.
Guess what? Before my head hit the pillow tonight, I'm going to have to push them out because 50 plus 1, I believe in staying tight and right. It's
Yes.
necessary because you represent you.
Yes.
This is my business.
Yes.
My physique is a part of the business.
Yes.
How I represent myself. How can I say something to you about fitness and taking good care of yourself if I'm not eating right, if I'm not sleeping, getting
Yeah.
rest, if I'm not exercising, if I cannot present myself accordingly? This is not a vacation.
Mm.
It's time to delve hard into your life university
Mm.
and make sure you get your 4.0s in every area of it. I'm just
Mm.
one time in life is what you get, and you need to excel in every part of it because you have the option to do that. And if it warrants change in these particular places, then go ahead and make those changes that are necessary because your return on investment is going to be exponential,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
right? You know we'll talk all night.
Yeah, we're talking all night. I know we have to end this because we've had a part one. This is part two. And this exchange has been so blessed,
Yeah.
not only for our sparrows out there listening and for the followers listening, but for us. It's been a beautiful exchange here, a exchange of love and light
Yeah.
and blessings. And it's an honor to share your story with others and let it be received. And knowing that one word that was said here tonight is going to change someone else's path and reinventing themselves.
Yes.
And so our work is done.
Be sure to share. Share, as sharing is caring. I cannot say that enough. When I made the promise to serve you juice that will change your life, you always drop into the Sparrow House one way. However, you leave different, you leave changed, you leave with seeds, nuggets, thoughts that's now been planted into your mind that's going to cause you to ponder it later and go back and hit the replay anytime. Just play it over and over and over until you go ahead and ingest all of what you need. Share it with somebody else because we have so many babies that need to be birthed in different ways. And that's what we do. You know how to find me, Valerie at thevaleriemiller.com. You can find me here on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. And LaTrenda.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook, LaTrenda George, on Instagram at LaTrenda George. My website is LaTrendaGeorge.com. So LaTrenda George is everywhere. On LinkedIn, however you want to connect with me. I would love to have an exchange. We're both here to help.
Yeah.
Right? We are servants and living our life to be a blessing to others. And it's a wonderful experience.
It is. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap this present up with a nice little bow. I'm going to say, you have been served your juice, plenty of juice. You can sip on it, you can gulp it, as long as you ingest it. It's all that I care about. And reach out to us when you need us, because
Yeah.
there's many people that's going to need us. We put this out here and we present it as if it's the easiest thing in the world to do. It's not. It's not. It's going to take some guidance. It's going to take some accountability, someone to hold you to what you say you want or what you need in your life. But it's one thing to speak it, however, commit to it, marry it, and always move forward in grace. And as you're moving forward, leaving behind all of the things that you know that has taken place in your life, however, hold on to the things that's going to benefit you moving forward and learn how to soar up in the midst of it all. no matter what. COVID-19 and nothing else can hinder you from becoming yourself when you're serious about yourself. And I want to thank each and every one for dropping into the house tonight, spending time with us in love, in light, in excitement, in purity, because we love you that much. In all
Yes.
honesty, we love you that much to be up here at some after 9 o'clock, at 9:30 at night. It's all good though.
It's all good.
All good. But on that note, Latrenda, thank you. You know I love you like that. You're my sister. And I'm so excited about the things that we are going to be doing once, you know, we're released to do more.
Yes, yes,
It's the laundry list of things that we have contingent to
yes.
go, and looking forward to that. But I do thank you wholeheartedly.
You're welcome. And thank you for inviting me to come back again. And anytime you need me to come back, I am here for you.
Ah, thank you so
And
much.
the Sparrows. Okay? Smooches.
Indeed. Well, on that note, I'm going to say love without conditions. Always possess a positive attitude and soar in all you do. I love you, mean it. Switches. Now we can close out.